Hello, replay viewers. You can tap the screen for hearts if you like what you see, and you can also tweet me on Twitter if you have any comments, since you won't be able to comment later on. My Twitter account is Jana, Jana, _baby steals, BABYSTEALS. Hello, David Mobile. Hi, Chana. Welcome, everybody. Say hi to Jane. Hi. Hi. Maybe I should have fixed your hair. That's okay. We're just real, aren't we? All right, so let's have a roll call. Hi, Miss Alex. What are you doing? What's going on? Say hi to Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, Citizen Crane. There's a lot going on Periscope tonight, but I just wanted to fulfill the promise that Jane said the other day. Citizen Crane says, hello, hello. Renard says, hi, Jane. Bring me pretty back is here in the house. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. Rockin' Mr. G to sleep, attempting anyway. Aw. Hi, Mr. G. Sorry. Dying phone out, Jana. I'm sorry. Hi, bring pretty back. Hey, from Texas. Jane!
What?
Guess who's in the scope?
Kevin?
Chocolate Johnny!
Hi, Johnny.
Oh my gosh, Chocolate Johnny. You guys, Chocolate Johnny's in the house. Oh my word. Oh, I have to say hi to him. Jane, first say hi to Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
I know she just did. Oh my gosh, you guys follow Johnny right now, okay? Hold on, I'm going to flip the screen here. I'm totally starstruck that you're here. Johnny, you are awesome. I have to tell you that you're very motivating. I'm so nervous. You're very motivating and very inspiring, and I hope to meet you one day in Australia. I'm telling you what, I'm so tempted to go there in May, and oh, look at her. We've watched your scopes for a really long time, actually, and just recently started commenting. Oh, thank you, Chana. I missed a comment, sorry. Anyway, my word, you guys follow Chocolate Johnny. He's the owner of Perfection Chocolates in Australia, in Sydney, Australia, and he does amazing sunset scopes, and he walks you around his chocolate shop, and does really cool things, and oddly enough, it's just really cool to watch him at work, making people mochas and lattes and chocolates, and he asks viewers for tips on and like ideas on what to make, and he's so cool. Thank you so much. You make me feel so special. Oh, my word. You made us feel special. And the other thing that I love that Johnny does is it's a campaign, and it's don'tscopeanddrive.org. And hashtag don't scope and drive, and that has been a pet peeve of mine ever since being on Periscope. It really drives me crazy, and it actually makes me angry when I see somebody scoping and driving, and I immediately say, hey, look, please be safe. I really wish you didn't do that, and I'm unfollowing. And I've done that since day one, and I've actually been told, quote unquote, you're crazy, lady, by several people who are really big on Periscope, but I don't care, because they're putting my kids at risk, they're putting your kids at risk, all because they feel like, I don't even know why, they feel like they either need to talk to somebody in the car, or that they feel that they're so entitled to like multitasking that they have to be in the car and trying to entertain people. It is not safe. It is really difficult to speak, to speak a certain way and sound confident and read comments at the same time. It's not cool. So it drives me crazy. And so I would just ask you guys, before I get into the topic of the scope, to, if you are a scoper, go to don'tscopeanddrive.org and sign the pledge, which I have done. And if you do see someone scoping and driving, please tell them that. Just do the hashtag don'tscopeanddrive and unfollow. And you know what? Eventually, I think people will get it, but it will take some time. I've even seen it on Blab, which is even more complicated to stay on topic, and it's like Periscope times 4, because there's 4 people live, and there's so many comments, and it drives me crazy. So anyway, you missed your $5 Periscope. It didn't work for you. Oh, I hope that I can afford to do them again, Chana. Be positive and hashtag them, then leave. Yes, absolutely. Say something, like, hey, please, I would hope that next time you'll think differently, and please be safe and don't scope and drive, because we care about you. right? We care about you as an individual too, as much as our own kids. It is only a matter of time that somebody is driving around the road thinking they're all this and that, and they're scoping and reading their comments like this, and then something bad's going to happen. Just wait, it will, and I don't want it to. And I hope it takes a really long time. Anyway, so, all right, I digress. So, Jane went off. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, Jane's going to come back in a second. Oh, that's cute. You keep doing it. Okay, look it up. Go ask Alexa.
Okay.
Alexa is the Amazon Echo. Anyway, so texting is impossible. Never mind reading comments. I know, it's impossible. I know, you cannot. Hi, Stephanie. You cannot blab and drive. And I saw it the other day on a blab, and I did comment very nicely, and I just left. I won't participate. I don't want to be there when it happens. It would seriously, my word, it would absolutely devastate me, and it would haunt me. I don't want that in my brain. No way. Anyway, so I'll just show you my view right now, just really quick. I'm live at the bar. This is actually the bar in my house. This isn't, trust me, most of those are just, I don't drink from them. They're just collectibles. Collect, also I don't drink and drive, by the way. I like to collect, cool bottles from places I live around the world, or places I travel to around the world. So anyway, my bar is kind of fun. But what I wanted to show you guys, and Jane will be back in just a second, but the other night she said, they are dust collectors. It takes a long time to clean them, I'll tell you what. But one day I'll give a tour of some of the cool whiskeys and tequilas that we've collected over the years. So the other night on a scope that we did, where Jane was talking about her top 5 or top 6 periscopers. By the way, Chocolate Johnny was one of them. She was so excited that day because she had discovered she was in a magazine, and so she wanted to show everybody that. So while she's working on, oh, JOHNNY. Oh, this is cute. If Chocolate Johnny's still here, this is adorable what she's doing right now. So this will make sense to him, probably not to some of you, unless you saw her scope the other night. Yeah, go for it, sister. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll show the, okay, good. Well, if you remember her Love and Light hat, she is changing the hashtag, if you know what I mean. So this is cute. All right, keep going, sweetie. Okay. All right, so the other day, we got a magazine in the mail that I'm in. I'll just show you what it is. Let me flip the screen here. So it is the Where Women Create Business Magazine, Summer Edition. I hope you guys aren't having connection problems, because I can kind of tell my phone is bouncing, so I'm really sorry if I keep losing connection. So it's the Where Women Create Business magazine. It is sold in Costco stores, I think nationwide in the States. And in here they do a little article on me, which is really cool. Look at that, JanetFrancisSteels.com, woohoo! And this little picture of me in the warehouse. What was so funny about this picture is when they came to do the shoot, I had no idea they wanted me to, thank you, Johnny! I had no idea they wanted me to pose in the warehouse on a ladder, which is very unconventional. It's not where I typically would pose. But my outfit just happened to match a lot of the shoe boxes, where so many people said, I know, Chana, heels on a ladder, come on. That was so funny. Isn't that cool? So I happened to match those boxes up sort of to the right of my hair, which is hilarious. So many people thought, oh, wow, you matched your outfit. It's like, no, that just happened. Anyway, so it talks about, you know, who I am, how I started my company. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And it shows a lot of the products that we've sold and just some highlights from a lot of the things that we've had on our website over the last 7 years. They asked me for my favorite quote, which is from Seth Godin, which is, don't find customers for your products, find products for your customers, which is something that I love. That basically means listen to your customers. As, by the way, Chocolate Johnny is so good at, and he's proven that with even doing scopes about people asking his Periscope fans to help him come up with flavors, which is so cool. Anyway, it talks about, you know, my story and that kind of stuff. But this is what Jane was so excited about, is as you turn the page and it continues to talk about me, there's Jane right there in the magazine. And it was so funny because they just actually pulled these pictures from our website. I didn't really have any creative control at all on what they talked about and what they put in and when, with the exception of one section, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And it's about being an entrepreneur. But there's little Miss Jane. Okay, Jane, do you want to show them? Oh, you're ready for the hat? Oh, here we go, Johnny. Chocolate Johnny. Oh my gosh. You guys, if you saw my scope the other night, you'll understand this. So Chocolate Johnny is like her top favorite scoper on Periscope. And there's a hashtag Chocolate Johnny.
Hat that he wears.
And he sometimes wears the hat, yes. And so, anyway, that's cute, sweetie.
I'm going to go get the Love and Light hat.
You're going where?
To get the Love and Light hat.
Okay. Oh, you screenshot it. Okay, I'll have her come back unless you already got it. All right, let me slowly go back to the magazine. So anyway, Jane was so excited that she was in this magazine. And it was funny because you don't really think about it. I'm looking at these pictures as the product, right? Like, oh yeah, I remember when we sold these pajamas. They were so soft, so amazing. I remember when we sold those and those and those. Anyway, oh good, I'm glad you got it. So in this, here's the outside of my building. That's just only 10 minutes from here. And so, Johnny, we have a 35,000 square foot facility here in Salt Lake City, Utah. And a lot of the people who's rings the bell in the bar? Oh, my husband, totally, when he's done with a drink. Or actually, we put it up here. We put it up right here when somebody's asking for a drink. And as you can see right there, it's happy hour all day. It's kind of fun. So yeah, if you ever come to Salt Lake City, Utah, this is the place. Because I've got a lot of room. All right, so in here, it talks about rum and Coke, please. All right, I've got my rum collections over there. It's kind of funny. Oh, here she is with her Chocolate Johnny hat. You're so cute, Jane. I am so grateful for the people I follow on Periscope because they're very motivational and inspiring. So this is my staff, and this is our building. And then what this is they asked me what it's like to be an entrepreneur. Oh, you were here 5 years ago, Johnny. Oh, my word. That is awesome. Well, if you ever come back, please, 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 please let me know. Stephanie's coming over. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Oh, I tell you what, there is one thing that Utahns love, and it is chocolate. And it has a lot to do with our culture, but I'm telling you what, it sells really well here. All right, so let me put up my phone here. All right. So I'm going to read this to you guys. Just a few of them. This is when they interviewed me about what is it like to be an entrepreneur, because I'm 7 years into running my business. And I remembered, yes, Aussie chocolate. I'm telling you what, it would do amazing here. Although, they can also buy off your website too, you know. But I want to talk to you about that because I'm curious about a few things. Because I want to buy a bunch. So, they asked me a lot of stuff about what is it like to be an entrepreneur, and after 7 years of running my own company, I have some very polarizing opinions about that, and I had written a blog post about 2 months before they interviewed me about what it was like to be an entrepreneur, and so I realized that all my questions I was answering the same thing, meaning really reflecting back to this particular moment and everything that I wrote. So I asked them if I could okay, cool, I'll tweet you. I asked them if I could just share with them the article or the blog post that I wrote, and then they loved it and asked if they could publish it. So it is a little bit long, but I'm just going to read through about 10 of these and contemplate on them. And if anybody is interested, anybody from Tag Tribes or whatever, I will continue to read more of them because these are really, if you will, each one can spur a lot of conversations. Sweetie, I think that's a little bit loud. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So one of the things I said, I'll just read this really quick. Reflecting back on lessons I've learned to share with others, going down the entrepreneurial path, I'm reminded of a night about a year ago when I was driving home from Steals.com at 1:30 in the morning for the third night in a row. And as I tried to keep my eyes open from lack of sleep and mental fatigue, besides the obvious, quote, I had no idea it would be this hard, I reflected on lessons I'd learned while building my own company, and here's what I wrote that night. So the first one was, being the boss means you're not able to share your feelings about particular situations with coworkers, and that is often a very lonely feeling. And when you think about that, it's so true, because what this means is, let's say, for example, one coworker has an issue with another. You may have a very big opinion about it, but as the boss, you have to kind of stay a little bit Switzerland, if you will, and you can't really say your own personal opinions, and you have to address each person as an individual versus You know, you just have to have a completely different stance and outlook. Anyway, maybe that doesn't make sense, but I'm not articulating it very well at the moment. But the next one was, people see the life of an entrepreneur and they think that they want that for themselves. But they don't understand the risk and hard work that really comes with it. And that bullet, to me, really means, thank you, Steph. Yeah, it makes sense. Good. It really, to me, means that a lot of people think, oh, wow, you can work whenever you want. You can come and go whenever you want. Yes, I totally can, but I get to choose the 90 hours a week that I actually work. And the risk involved is insane, because everything that you have is on the line. When you run a business and you don't have investors, I don't have investors, I don't have extraordinary loans, everything you have is on the line. And I don't think the employees really understand that. Oh, Kevin Madison is in the house! Jane, say hi to Kevin. You guys follow Kevin, I'm serious.
Now, Kevin.
Okay, now she made a hat for Chocolate Johnny tonight. Oh, he says, hi, Jane!
Hi, Kevin.
She made a hat for Chocolate Johnny because he came into my scope, and we're so excited about that. I still am kind of freaking out. And so she ran and grabbed this hat and did that, but she kept her Love and Light hat. Isn't that funny? She is such a crack up. Oh, Jane is hilarious. Did you see that, Steph? It was just so funny. She is 9, and she starts, tell him what you're doing tomorrow, sweetheart.
School.
Yeah, she starts 4th grade tomorrow. This is the last night of summer. It breaks my heart. Anyway, so again, what I was saying was, people see the life of an entrepreneur and they think that they want that for themselves, but they just don't understand the risk and the hard work that really comes with it. And school, I know. And it's tough because, again, everything you have when you're an entrepreneur like this is on the line, and it is a skill and an art form to try to get other people to really understand, other people that work for you, understand what that means. 90 hours risk involved, we make money and we can lose it just as fast. It's so true. It is so true. And I think that until you really are an entrepreneur and or the boss, you won't understand exactly what that means. So, and then my next point was, it is difficult to read between the lines when people tell you what you want to hear and not what is accurate. And as the boss, it's unlikely you'll get the whole story or the full truth. And I hope, sorry to any employees that are watching, but if you're watching my Periscope, it's unlikely that you're one of these people. But the reality is that when you are the boss, a lot of people do their, conversations and here and there, but when you want to get to the nuts and bolts of it and the truth and get down to business, you may not get the real deal because they're maybe protecting another person or sheltering information or whatever it is. But you just have to acknowledge and realize, man, since I am the boss and I'm an entrepreneur, I may not get the real deal from them, and that just is what it is. And but you have to try to figure that out, and it makes conversations so much more complicated sometimes. Anyway, I'll read one more, and I'll let you guys get back to your night, and I'll read these over time. But Kevin, this is in a magazine I'm in. I'll show it to you really quick at the end here. But what this point said that I wrote, it says, it is very easy to critique your boss, but when you've become one, you're finally able to relate to decisions that you've seen your former bosses make that you judged at the time. And I've experienced this. I will never forget being so upset at a boss I had in the past that was so obsessed with seeing people, what she called butts and seats at 8 a.m. Literally, like to her, that is what was important. Butts and seats at 8 a.m. And I even sprained my ankle one time running into the building where I worked. It was at the Triad Center here in Salt Lake City, and it was during the 2002 Winter Olympics. And the television and radio station I worked for was the official television and radio station, so we had to go through tons of security just to get in the building. It was an awesome time. But good day, my dear friends. I am so excited that both of you are here. This is freaking me out. I'm so honored. And look at Jane switching hats in the background. This is great.
Hashtag Chocolate Johnny.
Oh yeah, tell him.
So this is a hat that Chocolate Johnny wears, but it's black.
His is black, yes.
And this is Kevin's Love and Light hat, but his is black too.
Yes, and it's not necessarily his hat. You've written in your own handwriting what their hats
And
say.
Chocolate Johnny's.
And Chocolate Johnny's, and put them over a different hat. Isn't that adorable? Anyway, so I remember like getting stuck in traffic. It was during the 2002 Winter Olympics, and I literally twisted my ankle to run into the building to go through security to get my butt in a seat by 8 a.m. Point being, I judged my boss so much at the time. I thought, are you kidding me? This is so ridiculous. Judge me on my work. Judge me on how I perform. Judge me on my passion for the company and what I accomplish every single day. But if I get in at 8:02, get off of your, Chocolate Johnny is a bloody good bloke. That was a great, great moment. I loved that moment when you said that in your scope, Johnny. That was so great. Anyway, but I did not like that when my boss did that and her mentality. And when I started my company, it was completely the opposite because I thought, I'm going to do everything opposite than she did. She taught me what not to do, not what to do. And now fast forwarding 7 years later and now having 50 employees, it really does piss me off sometimes when people don't get their ass to work. And so that's just a bad example of, judging the boss at the time. But until you are the boss, then you have to turn around and say, okay, I kind of get her point. Although not 100%. I don't agree 100% with it at all. But it really does offend me sometimes when, I'm at work and I'm like, where in the freaking hell is everybody? Is it like, Starbucks morning or what? Anyway, I'm exaggerating to a degree, but again, I have to remind myself, judge them on the work and the productivity, not on where they are and what they're doing. But, when you are the entrepreneur and you're the owner and everything that you have is on the line, everything, it really does make you think about, man, do they get this? But then that's up to you as the leader to motivate and inspire and keep them going every day. So anyway, I showed the magazine, Kevin. I'll get back to, I'll let you guys go. But even though I don't want to, there's a fine line with employees between respectful and disrespectful, and some take advantage. It's so true. It's so true, Alex. Yeah. I've had a tough time with that over the years and been very taken advantage of. I give everyone, though, the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise. Yep, sometimes, a lot of people forget that. It's true. After your scope, I'll scope the factory just for Jane. Do you want to pass the cast to Chocolate Johnny for a tour? Oh, my word, yes. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
But show Kevin the magazine.
Okay, I'll show Kevin the magazine. Alex, I missed your comment. Okay, I'll flip the screen. So, Kevin, this was... Oh, yeah, check this out, Kevin. You got to come chill here sometime, my friend. So, this is a magazine called Where Women Create Business. And I believe it's sold in Costco and a few other places. But I'm on page 75. There's me in my warehouse. I don't normally wear heels in the warehouse. They just randomly asked me to pose back there and picked that picture for some odd reason. And then it talks about me here. And then this is what Jane wanted to show you. It goes on and it talks about, oh, thank you, Alex. It talks about the company. If it's in Costco, I'm going to get it. Awesome. If you see it, yes, totally. I wish I had more copies. And then there's Jane. They took one of the pictures of her off the website. So she was so over the moon excited when she saw that. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thank you. All right. Well, Jane, what do you have to say to Kevin and Chocolate Johnny for joining us on my scope tonight? What do you say?
Hashtag Chocolate Johnny and Love and Light.
Hashtag Chocolate Johnny and Love and Light. That is what I'm talking about. You guys, thank you so much
Let's pass
for
it
watching.
to Chocolate Johnny.
Look at her. She's a little hostess. All right. Well, Chocolate Johnny, thank you so much. I'm so honored and starstruck. And same with you, Kevin. My word. I am telling you what. I've had a really tough day, and you guys just completely turned it around for me. So thank you for that. And yes, no matter where you are in the world, do not scope and drive. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Chris Casey.